Alright guys, so we got some more news about the upcoming 2020 Denis Villeneuve directed Dune movie. Alright, so as a lot of you probably already know, they finished filming the film last year, but now the footage is nearing completion. People have seen promo footage of it, and what they have to say is nothing short of amazing. Alright, so let's get right into this. I'm going to start with some tweets from the Dune 2020 news account. Now, this is not an official Dune account, but whoever is behind this account always has really good information and accurate information. So, they say here, there's been some promo footage of Denis Villeneuve's Dune shown to people already. Here's a bunch of details on what they saw. The cast looks phenomenal in their costumes. Well, that's great to hear, obviously, because a big problem I thought with the sci-fi miniseries was their costumes looked a bit weird. And making them look futuristic and different from things that we see every day is kind of a fine line between making them look odd and strange. So it can be a really difficult thing to kind of balance. And I'm looking forward to see how Denis Villeneuve did them. If you look at the David Lynch costumes in the 1984 movie, I felt as though the costumes do look really nice. They certainly are of a very high quality, especially when compared to what sci-fi did. But in general, I did think the costumes in the movie were kind of safe. Next, a mix of grimy realism and dream-like imagery. And that's very important because there is a darkness to Dune. Paul can see the future very far into the future, and not everything that he sees is necessarily good. Alright, so just some more details as to what people who have seen the movie think. Timothée Chalamet as Paul looks excellent, which I always expected because I think Timothée Chalamet is a much better casting for Paul Atreides than Alec Newman and then even Kyle MacLachlan. I thought both of those who were previously casted looked too old, and I think Timothée looks much more like the 15-year-old Paul in the books that is also supposed to be small for his age. Rebecca Ferguson looks eerie. Now that's interesting because Rebecca Ferguson is obviously playing the Bene Gesserit Jessica Atreides, and the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood are known to be witches. So I'm curious to see what is done stylistically with them in this film as opposed to what David Lynch did with, chopping off their hair. Well, he didn't chop off Jessica's hair. Jessica had hair, but none of the other sisters did. But Jessica should radiate this kind of air of mystery and power. And Rebecca Ferguson, I think, will be really good at delivering this because she does kind of have a regal look to her that I really dig. So next, Dave Bautista looks like a monster as the Beast, as he should. From the get-go, when this casting was done, I said, that is the Beast Raban. That is him. That is some of the best casting in the whole movie, in my opinion. And the cinematography looks excellent. Well, that was to be expected when considering the level of talent that we know is involved with this film. Alright, so let's have a look at this article from Express UK. Dune, spectacular first look will reduce fans to tears. It's the new Lord of the Rings. That's good to hear. Dune first look images, footage are so spectacular, the Timothée Chalamet movie based off of Frank Herbert's book, is already being acclaimed as the next Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. The footage was shown to a lucky few, and Canadian author Brian F.H. Clement tweeted his reactions. He wrote, I was in a work meeting today, and I got to see some promo/preview footage for Denis Villeneuve's Dune, and I am on board with it. It looks fantastic. He says, I'm not exaggerating when I say a lot of people will have goosebumps/tears when they see this movie. I might. Heck, when they see the footage I saw, they will. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But let's continue. He goes on to say, to be honest, it's not exactly how I pictured the universe of Dune when I first read the book. It never will be. But that's a good thing. I really like the look Villeneuve has created, and I think it's going to be spectacular. Well, you see, that's the thing about Dune and Frank Herbert's writing style. He leaves a lot up for interpretation when it comes to how things look and how characters look. But he does say certain specific things, like, he describes Paul as being small for his age. But in general, a lot of it is left to your own imagination. And that is why every version of Dune that has been released so far has had an entirely different look. Jodorowsky's Dune would have looked totally different from Lynch's Dune and the Sci-Fi Channel Dune. So obviously it is to be expected that Denis Villeneuve will bring his own interpretation and create his own vision for Dune. And finally, author Clement goes on to say, it's not Jodorowsky or Lynch, but maybe Villeneuve has filmed the unfilmable. filmable. And that makes me so excited. It fills me with so much hope for this movie. Denis Villeneuve is one of the best directors that's alive right now, in my opinion. Blade Runner 2049, despite all the contrarian critics, was a phenomenal movie, and so was Arrival, and so is pretty much every film that Denis Villeneuve has made the last decade. So I couldn't be more excited for this film. I can't wait for the trailer to come out. I'll definitely be doing a reaction of sorts to it. And thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. And also, I will leave links to the article that I referenced and also to the 2020 Dune News Twitter account.